few other thoughts. Yeah, I know when I first thought about doing this run, probably like 10 years ago, maybe a little more, just after I had done my first few marathons and realized that it wasn't impossible to run long distances, I started thinking about what would be the longest run you could do. And I thought that at some point I would attempt this run. And then when I started to think about it again a few years ago, I had heard from another runner, Marshall Urich, that there was an Australian runner named Pat Farmer who had done it or was in the process of finishing it. And it's strange because I hadn't heard anything about it, and I kind of keep an eye on stuff like that. But anyway, when I spoke to Pat, he was a really nice guy. He explained to me too that he had troubles trying to find any sort of support from the corporate side, and but he was able to ultimately pull it off. And he said to me I could be the first American to do something like it. His run was a little different, much grander than mine in a way, because he started up near the pole and came down on the snow through Canada, central U.S. down to almost the same route, and then down to Antarctica. I don't have any notion of having that kind of funding to do, but I got to thinking that it'd be nice if there would be an American that did this run. After all, it is the Americas, and it'd be a shame that the only person who conquered the run through the Americas would be Australian. And but it was really disappointing. Like Pat said, I tried talking to all different kinds of corporate folks, and nobody expressed any interest. I couldn't get any sort of real bite on it at all, considering it is probably the longest run that you can possibly do in the world. So, but no matter how it ends up, I guess, at least I tried the best I could do. I would love to see the support from the U.S. in the same ways that Australia kind of supported Pat. I know Pat's an unbelievable runner. I'm just a duffer compared to him, but nonetheless, it really comes down to a matter of wanting to deal with the psychological part of it, because that's really becomes harder than the physical, because once you get used to it, the physical part of running this much every day is really, I mean, it's challenging, don't get me wrong, it's just that it becomes the easier part of the equation. And we'll see, I guess, what happens if I go back to Seattle or not. But so that's about it.